The traditional 9-to-5 workday is a thing of the past. In today's digital age, there's no need for such rigid work structures. Digital nomadism offers an alternative. It's a more flexible, autonomous, and location-independent way of working. Imagine waking up in a new city every week. Picture yourself working from a beach in Bali or a cafe in Paris. This is the reality for many digital nomads. The lure of freedom is perhaps the most powerful draw for aspiring digital nomads. Digital nomadism breaks the barriers of traditional work, offering autonomy and control. Imagine setting your own hours, choosing your workspace, and answering only to yourself. This new freedom extends beyond work. Want to learn a new language? Move to a country where it's spoken. Feel like surfing every morning? Settle down near the coast. The spirit of adventure is deeply intertwined with the digital nomad lifestyle. It's about embracing the unknown, stepping outside comfort zones, and immersing oneself in new experiences. Every day presents an opportunity for exploration and discovery. This constant exposure to new environments and challenges fosters adaptability and resilience. Digital nomads become experts at navigating unfamiliar situations and solving problems on the fly. It's a crash course in resourcefulness and self-reliance. Digital nomadism challenges the traditional separation of work and life. It's about creating a lifestyle where work and personal life exist together peacefully. This integration allows for more flexibility and control over one's own schedule. Need to take a midday break for a yoga class or a hike? No problem. Digital nomads have the freedom to structure their days in a way that best suits their needs. This flexibility also extends to location. Work becomes a normal part of life, not a separate thing limited to a specific time and place. While the image of a digital nomad sipping cocktails on the beach might spark envy, the reality often involves dealing with feelings of isolation and loneliness. Working remotely can be isolating, especially for those used to the social interaction of a traditional office environment. Building and maintaining meaningful relationships can be a challenge when you're constantly on the move. The lack of a consistent support system can worsen these feelings of isolation. Overcoming these challenges requires a proactive effort. Actively seeking out and nurturing relationships with fellow nomads and locals is crucial. Joining online communities and attending local events can also help combat isolation. The freedom and flexibility of the digital nomad lifestyle often come at the cost of stability and predictability. Not having a permanent home and a regular paycheck can be unsettling. Visa requirements, fluctuating income, and unexpected expenses create a constant undercurrent of uncertainty. Planning for the future can be daunting when the road ahead is constantly changing. Navigating healthcare can also be a challenge for those constantly on the move. Adapting to this inherent instability requires a shift in mindset. Embracing flexibility and focusing on the present moment are crucial for thriving in the digital nomad lifestyle. While the digital nomad life promises a smooth blend of work and play, achieving this balance can be surprisingly tricky. The lines between work and fun blur easily when your office is a beachside cafe or a mountaintop cabin. The pressure to always be on can lead to burnout and resentment. Setting clear boundaries between work and personal time is key to a healthy lifestyle. This might mean setting specific work hours or scheduling regular breaks. Prioritizing self-care, both physical and mental, is crucial to avoid burnout. Learning to disconnect from the digital world is just as important. While digital nomadism might seem like something anyone with a laptop and internet can do, it's more complicated than that. The digital divide plays a big role in who can live this lifestyle. Reliable and affordable internet is still a privilege for many. The cost of living in popular digital nomad destinations has skyrocketed. Closing this digital divide requires investment in infrastructure, education, and economic opportunities. Digital nomads have a responsibility to be mindful of their impact and contribute positively to the communities they visit. The future of digital nomadism depends on creating a more fair and sustainable model. Let's meet Sarah, a freelance writer who traded her small city apartment for a life on the road 2 years ago. Armed with her laptop and a thirst for adventure, she's been traveling the world, supporting herself by writing travel articles, blog posts, and website content. Her Instagram profile paints a picture of freedom and fulfillment. Sarah says, "I've always loved to travel and write, but it wasn't until I discovered digital nomadism that I realized I could combine my passions." She describes the thrill of waking up in a new city and the satisfaction of getting paid to write about her experiences. However, Sarah is quick to point out that the reality of being a digital nomad isn't always glamorous. Mark, a freelance graphic designer, dreamed of escaping the corporate grind and becoming a digital nomad. He imagined himself working from exotic locations, with his days filled with creative inspiration and leisurely explorations. While the initial thrill of freedom was intoxicating, Mark soon encountered the challenges of maintaining a steady income as a freelancer. Finding clients and managing projects across different time zones proved to be more demanding than he had anticipated. The pressure of constantly having to hustle for work began to overshadow the joy of traveling and exploring. Mark eventually decided to return to his home country, realizing that the nomadic lifestyle wasn't sustainable for him. Lisa, a software developer, worked out a deal with her boss to work remotely, which let her work from anywhere with good internet. She decided to try out a semi-nomadic lifestyle, spending a few months in different places before going back home for a while. This way of working, she found, gave her a good mix of freedom and stability. "I love being able to work from anywhere," Lisa says. "I can visit family and friends in different cities, explore new places, and still have a successful career." She found that working remotely actually made her more productive, since she could focus better without the distractions of an office. Lisa knows it's important to set boundaries between work and her personal life. She sets specific work hours and tries hard to unplug from technology during her free time. She also found that joining local co-working spaces and online communities helps fight off feelings of loneliness. Being a digital nomad isn't a one-size-fits-all solution, Lisa notes. It's about finding a work-life balance that works for you, whether that means traveling the world full-time, working remotely from one home base, or something in between. For Lisa, the key is making both personal fulfillment and career growth priorities, creating a lifestyle that's sustainable and enriching. The appeal of digital nomadism, with its promise of freedom and adventure, is undeniable. However, it's important to recognize the complexities and challenges that come with it. The freedom to travel the world can turn into rootlessness, and the lack of a community can leave you longing to belong. Unstable income and a lack of benefits can create anxiety. The key is finding a balance and being honest about your own needs and limitations. Section 2. Finding your place in the nomadic spectrum. The beauty of digital nomadism lies in its flexibility, its ability to adapt to a wide range of personalities and preferences. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing, but rather a spectrum, with individuals and couples creating their own unique niches within its ever-evolving landscape. There's no right or wrong way to be a digital nomad. Some thrive on constant movement, embracing the nomadic life in its purest form. Others prefer a slower pace, establishing temporary bases in cities that resonate with their interests. The key is to find what works best for you. Experiment with different approaches and be open to adjusting your course. Section 3. The future of work. Is nomadism a trend or a transformation? The rise of digital nomadism coincides with a broader shift in how we think about work. The COVID-19 pandemic sped up this trend, forcing companies to adopt remote work models. Technology keeps changing, blurring the lines between the physical and digital worlds. The possibilities for remote work will only grow. Virtual and augmented reality will completely change how we work together and connect. The question is how it will shape the future of work. Will it be a niche movement or the new normal? The answer is probably somewhere in between. The challenge will be adapting to this changing landscape. The evolving landscape of work and life. The digital nomad lifestyle, once a fringe movement, is entering the mainstream. It's no longer limited to tech-savvy millennials. It's attracting people from all walks of life. Seasoned professionals, creative entrepreneurs, and families are seeking a more adventurous existence. This shift is driven by technological advancements and a change in values. Younger generations crave autonomy and flexibility. They value experiences over possessions, seeking purpose in their work. Digital nomadism aligns with these evolving priorities. It challenges us to rethink our assumptions about success and productivity. It encourages us to embrace flexibility and adaptability. A world without borders. Embracing the unknown. The digital nomad movement represents more than just a shift in work styles. It reflects a deeper longing for connection, for a world without borders, both physical and metaphorical. It is a rejection of the traditional confines of nation-states and a celebration of our shared humanity. As digital nomads travel the world, they become citizens of the world, embracing cultural differences, forging new connections, and expanding their understanding of what it means to be human. This global perspective is increasingly valuable in an interconnected world facing complex challenges. Digital nomads, with their first-hand experience of different cultures and perspectives, are uniquely positioned to bridge divides, foster empathy, and contribute to a more inclusive and understanding global community. They are, in many ways, pioneers of a new way of being, one that embraces diversity, celebrates interconnectedness, and recognizes the inherent value of human connection. The future of digital nomadism is still being written. Will it continue to evolve as a niche lifestyle or become a mainstream movement, reshaping the very fabric of our societies and economies? The answer, in many ways, is up to us. It depends on our willingness to embrace change, challenge the status quo, and create a world that supports both individual freedom and collective well-being. As we venture further into the uncharted territory of the 21st century, one thing is certain: the digital nomad movement, with its emphasis on freedom, flexibility, and a global mindset, offers a glimpse into the future of work and life. A future where traditional boundaries dissolve, and the possibilities for personal and professional fulfillment are limited only by our imagination.